What's good? It's your boy JayThat'sMe. We're going to get into Saturday night's main event. This was the third wrestling show of this monumental wrestling Saturday, which was way too much wrestling. Not from WWE, but from AEW. I mean, that show going on 6 hours was not good. That's lame. That was a waste of time, really. Way too much. Watching Saturday night's main event was okay, but Saturday night's main event has been weak. They all have been weak since, Triple H has took over. These are just house shows. These are house shows, and I don't really like it. I really think that there should not be any more Saturday night main events. We don't need them. I would wish and hope that Triple H would come to the conclusion that you just need to run 12 pay-per-views a year and call it a day. And what I mean by that is you should have the Royal Rumble in January, and you should have TLC or a December pay-per-view for the end of the year. And it needs to happen. Instead of just doing these Saturday night main events where nothing really happens on these shows, that's the route you should go. But Triple H doesn't really give a damn about it, because Triple H is just so sorry as a booker. He's a garbage booker. He sucks as a booker. And I'm not alone in this assessment. And this show right here proves it. But this was a newsworthy show. There was something major that happened. We'll talk about it when we get to it. And I'll say this. This very well could affect how Monday Night Raw moves forward. So we kicked the show off with the first match of the night, which was Randy Orton defeating Drew McIntyre. He wins via the RKO. Match was not long. Jelly Roll gets involved because Logan Paul got involved. And then there's a brawl that ensues post-match. So Logan Paul attacks Randy Orton and stuff. And then Jelly Roll gets involved, but then he eats a nasty Claymore kick from Drew McIntyre. And then officials, they run down, along with Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce. So, that's fine there. Drew losing sucks because Drew has basically been a jobber for a while now. He's lost a lot of matches as of late. And Triple H does not know how to book Drew McIntyre anymore. I have no idea why, because he doesn't give a damn. But, it is what it is. But I would assume this tag match with Jelly Roll and Randy versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre should be fun. This is something that will take place probably on night 1 of SummerSlam, which only has one match announced for that card, and that's not good. You've got SummerSlam in 4 weeks. So Triple H has to get off his ass and start doing stuff. He really does. Moving on. So, post-match, Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis, they're yelling at Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul and all that jazz. So then they do the ringside cam. Io's there, Rhea's there, and then the camera zooms in on Jade Cargill for a brief moment. Then Naomi shows up, and there's a massive brawl that ensued, which was great. It was cool. I dug that. So Nick Aldis says that he knew that this would happen, and he wanted to discuss this with them in his office like professionals, but since they can't keep their hands off each other, he wants them to introduce them to their special guest referee, for their match at Evolution tomorrow, which is going to be Bianca Belair. So she gets a massive ovation, and then Jade Cargill and Naomi stare at her. So this is great. I do like that. Maybe this is the first match of the night come Sunday on Evolution. Hopefully it is, because it's a 7-match card. They've already announced that the main event is going to be Rhea and Io. So that's fine. Like, we all knew that. That was a no-brainer coming in. So, yeah. Moving on, we get some more, legends that were there, like Diamond Dallas Page, which was great. DDP. Doug Dellinger was there. It was great. And then we got a bunch of Goldberg video packages throughout the night. That was great, too. And then this leads us into Jimmy Uso, a.k.a. Big Jim, versus Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa retains the U.S. Championship. Jimmy busted out some pretty cool moves in the match, like Whisper in the Wind and all that. So Solo wins via a roll-up. And then Tala Tonga, a.k.a. Hikulea, he attacks Jimmy. Then Jacob Fatu shows up, and then there's a massive brawl that ensues there. Jacob clears the ring and destroys the Timu bloodline, who sucks ass. And Fatu and Jimmy, they, celebrate in the ring. Okay, I guess that's fine. Do I care about this? No, I really don't give a damn about this at all. Let's move along, shall we? We get my bad. We get another video package about Goldberg, so that was cool. Moving on, we then get a backstage interview with Randy Orton. So he's apologizing to Jelly Roll for having him out there. So Kathy Kelly asks about what happened last night and tonight. Orton says that it's his fault. He shouldn't have had his friend out there. Jelly Roll says he's a grown man. They've gravely underestimated him. They think he's soft, but he wants them both anywhere, anytime. Randy says he's got to work for Kathy Kelly's SummerSlam. Orton says that him and Jelly Roll will team at SummerSlam, and it'll be RK Roll. What the hell? Oh my God, that's so dumb. So stupid. So, Scott and Rick Steiner, they're at ringside, which was great. That was cool. They were in the crowd. Good stuff there. So, great. I love that. Excellent. So then this leads us into Seth Rollins versus LA Knight. LA Knight wins. And so, Seth Rollins goes for a moonsault. He lands on his feet. LA Knight moves. And then Rollins holds his knee. So, Paul Heyman checks on Rollins. So Rollins looks panicked. The ringside doctor comes over, checks on Rollins, and he ends up finishing the match, but he loses to LA Knight with the BFT. So it seems like Seth Rollins tweaked his knee, and it seems like he's going to be out for a while. This is absolutely awful. Seth Rollins is a workhorse. His knee has always been his worst enemy for years. And now he more than likely will have to have surgery. A knee injury is nothing to play with. And he's going to be out for a while. Probably for the remainder of the year and a little bit next year. If that is the case, what happens to Money in the Bank? And how will Monday Night Raw survive? How will Monday Night Raw survive on Netflix? WWE is going to have to make a phone call and pay Roman millions or bring back CM Punk. Or you're going to have to push LA Knight. You're going to have to do something. You're going to have to do something. Gunther cannot remain champion going into SummerSlam. Again, Raw is on Netflix. I don't care what these dumbass marks online think about Gunther. Gunther is not championship material. Alright? Just because you like this matches in NXT UK and NXT, it doesn't translate to the main roster. Gunther is boring. Yes, he's a good in-ring worker. Yes, he's okay on the mic. But he does not click in the character department. He has no character. He is boring and bland. So I don't know what they are going to do. But they have to scrap the storyline. And they have to pivot big time and make it make sense. Braun Breaker's not going to win the World Heavyweight Championship. And neither is Bronson Reed. So I don't know what happens. Maybe CM Punk shows up. Maybe him and Paul Heyman were in cahoots the whole time and they wanted to screw Rollins. Maybe. I don't know. But you got to do something. You got to do something fast. Or you got to bring in Roman. You got to do something. You got to do something. Maybe you pivot and you do Roman Gunther at SummerSlam where Roman goes over. Because Roman is really going to be the only saving grace that WWE has to survive. I mean, Rollins being out with no fault of his own, it was just a freak accident, and that does happen in pro wrestling. Something, has to essentially be done. So, I don't know what they're gonna do, but they either need to bring in Punk or Roman or go with LA Knight. One of those three. They only have three options. Either go with Punk, Reigns, or LA Knight. Either or. You gotta do something. You gotta do something. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Because this is extremely detrimental. Extremely detrimental. You have to totally pivot. You may have to disband the faction. You gotta do something. You gotta do something, and you gotta do it immediately come Monday Night Raw. Like, this is the first thing that must be done on Monday Night Raw. This is the absolute first thing that we have to see come Monday. You got to. You can't put this in the middle of the show. You can't put it at the end. You got to fucking do something, Triple H. Get off your sorry, lazy ass and do something. Because this is not good. This is not good at all. This is a disaster. This really hurts this storyline big time. Big time. Like, this is sad. This is sad. I mean, so many storylines are going to be destroyed and have to, just be thrown in the garbage. Something's got to be done. Something's got to be done. So, I mean, Seth Rollins has played, his role in so many stories this year and last year that this sucks. All right, this leads us into the main event of the evening. Goldberg versus Gunther. Goldberg gets a really good video package and everything else. He's got his son around him, Gabe. He's got quite a few other guys with him, like Doug and Ernest Miller. So that was pretty cool there. Josh Barnett is there as well, so that's great. So Gunther ends up winning. So there was a rep bump in this match, basically. And Goldberg ran into the ring post for whatever reason, which is weird. So that was dumb. Then Goldberg hit Gunther with the spear, jackhammer. Referee comes back in. Gunther kicks out. Goldberg tries to go for another one. Tries to pull himself up, but he can't. He falls over. Gunther then locks in the rear naked choke. Goldberg tries to fight out of it, but he just gets put to sleep, and that was it. So Goldberg's career is now over. His 28-year career is officially over, which to me sucks because Goldberg should have been given a better send-off. He should have had his last match at SummerSlam. That would have been better. Then we come back from commercial, because this thing was riddled with commercials, which sucks. So Michael Cole says tonight was all about Goldberg, and he hands him the mic. Goldberg apologizes for going out a little subpar and never had lost in Atlanta. He has many friends and family members who have come from all around the world. Goldberg thanks him. He said the fans in Atlanta are wonderful, and he couldn't have done it without them. And then that was it. The show ends. It goes off the air, and that's not cool. That is not cool. But we're going to give Goldberg one final chant. Goldberg, 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 Goldberg. Thank you, Bill Goldberg. We love you, bro. We love you. I loved watching Goldberg growing up, man. Loved it. And that's one good thing about, watching wrestling in the 90s. It was so damn cool. I feel so bad for people who are in their early 20s now or late teens. I feel bad for you guys now. I really do. I really fucking do. I really do. But no, this was a horrible way to send off Goldberg. It really was, man. This would have been better for him to, go to SummerSlam. But it is what it is. Clearly, Goldberg can't go anymore. So, it is what it is. Saturday night's main event was not good. The only thing that was newsworthy was Goldberg's retirement and the major injury of Seth Rollins. We wish Seth Rollins nothing but the best. But so many storylines are going to be cut on hold. There's a massive injury bug that's happening in WWE right now. There's a massive bug of injuries that, with people out from Liv Morgan and now Seth Rollins. Man, dude, Triple H has got to pivot like nobody's business come Monday. This is the first thing that needs to be addressed on Monday Night Raw. This cannot wait until the middle of the show. This can't even wait until the end of the show. You got to bring Punk, you got to bring Roman, or you got to bring LA Knight. You got to push one of those guys. One of those three guys. Gunther cannot be champion after SummerSlam. Gunther must lose to Roman, Gunther, or LA Knight come SummerSlam. It has to. This Gunther experiment has to be put to bed, and it has to be thrown in the garbage. Enough is enough. But what did you guys think of Saturday night's main event? What did you guys think of Goldberg's retirement? And what did you guys think about the injury of Seth Rollins? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.